this season,
All right.
man.
Well, don't know what I've woken up to, but you probably noticed the notification. I'm not sure what's happened, but it's going to be big. I can't believe Fortnite changed the rules. So, if you want a full update of what's going on, why Peterbot may have split up with his trio, or if hasn't split up with his trio, is giving up his FNC. We're in a reality where either Pete has to lose his current trio, go back to his old trio, or they sign the papers and they're officially splitting, staying with their new trios, but lose their LAN spots. So either Pete's got a new trio or Clicks is in LAN. Is basically where we're at. So, FNCS 2025 rules update. If a player qualifies for the Fortnite Global Championship, they're locked to their team unless all three members unanimously disband before the deadline. If they do, the next in-line team will take their GC spot. That's normal. That was the rule before. That's totally fine. Nothing's changed there. But, for clarity, players must disband with their team before joining a new one to remain eligible for prizing or qualification in future FNCS majors. Prizing. So, to dumb that down, if Pete's trio and Acorn's current trios don't sign the papers, they can't make any money from the next two FNCSs like they plan to. So their options are either to, if they really want to stay together, they have to sign the papers. What's up, Clicks? Bonjour. Bro, I think you're going to France. I'm not going to lie. I think you're going to Lyon, but we'll see. So they either have to sign the papers, then they officially disband, play with their new trios, but they have to re-qual to LAN. Or they don't sign the papers and then go back to their original trios. We go back to having Pete, Ritual, and Cold, and then Acorn, Pollo, Ages. Does that make sense? Kind of a big deal. And they've now got until April 5th. So they've got like 2 weeks to decide this. I don't see Pete going back. I don't see Pete going back either. But both teams have to sign though. So if Pete doesn't go back, he has to sign, but then Acorn can literally be like, no, I'm not signing it. Ritual has to sign it too. This is so weird, bro. This is, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know who, like, are they all going to be asleep right now? Acorn's offline. Ritual's offline. Ace is offline. Pete's not offline, but he might have just been left on busy. He might have just left his status on busy. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Pete says he doesn't care about the money. This gives Acorn incentive to sign. Okay, let's clarify here. Why would Pete compete if not for the money whatsoever? Like, Pete doesn't care about money. He does. He definitely does. Pete will, like, try his hardest for, like, $1,000 in a token. Trust me, he cares. But he makes nothing and then has to go back to his original trio at LAN anyway. I don't think you guys are getting it. He's not going to play FNCS with no chance of making money. That's not 100% not happening. That is not an option. There's no way they stick with their current trios and don't sign the papers and just don't make money for 2 seasons. That's not an option. Start streaming for money, said, chat, I don't think that's an option. Okay, so, yeah, so Maris, did I recap it right? Because you said the same thing, right? Yeah. So, chances are, oh, what does that mean for Vidal? Because that means Vidal's in LAN too. That means Cooper's now got a LAN spot. Does that mean, would Cooper, like, be like, yo, pussy, I'm taking back Mast Meadows, bitch? Like, if Acorn signs this, then Cooper has full reign to just go back to Mast Meadows and just take it. It says no qualification, though. What do you mean? Chad, I just explained if you want to go back like 2 minutes in the VOD if you didn't understand it. So this is kind of crazy. Like, dude, this is like actual, genuinely like soap opera drama cinema shit. Like, how is this happening? Or they go EU. What? If Ages, Acorn, Ritual don't sign it, they also can't play it. Correct. Yeah. But then they're guaranteed call to LAN. I think, like, how do I think this plays out? I think they all have to sign. But, it kind of depends because Acorn's team could be like Acorn Age would be like, no, we're not signing. And then Pollo has to go back to them. Like, it would be like a game of chicken. Who's going to crack first? They still make money from cash cups, I think. Wait. Okay, yeah, majors. So they still got all their cash cup prize money. Okay, so cash cup prize money still counts. Read Raz's reply. I'll open it up here because I don't trust like scrolling around Twitter. I don't trust scrolling around Twitter. What did Raz say? No, they will just go back to playing with the old trios. Either that or forms get signed. There's no other option but those two with the rule set. Yeah. Okay, that gains us nothing. He's literally just said the same thing we have, yeah. Well, if Acorn doesn't sign, he won't earn, so he must sign, no? Well, no, but he might try and get Poyo to come back to him. If Acorn wants to play chicken hard enough, Acorn can be like, I'm not signing this shit. And that means Peterbot, and then Poyo has to go back and play with him, basically. If any one player in this wants to be enough of a dick, or however you look at it, whoever side you're on, they just be like, no, I'm not signing it. If they want to get back, they want. Both teams are great enough to get top 4 next games to qualify with their new trios. Assuming Cooper gets top 4. I honestly don't see Pete changing trios from the one he's on right now. Both got good PIs. Uncon. I don't think any signings will be made. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, I don't think any signings will be made. So wait, Raz thinks he's going to go back to the original trios then? To be fair, every single player's been looking disgusting since this split. Ritual especially. If there was any concerns that Ritual was like, you know, Pete made jokes to Acorn about like, you know, warm, like, you know, keep him warm for me, bro. Like, you know, get the training weights on, all that kind of shit. Ritual's been looking disgusting. So if it went back to Pete Cole and Ritual, it makes no sense to sign. I don't get where that's coming from. Would it be legal for them to say, I'll sign the papers for money? Not illegal, but against Fortnite's TOS. If Fortnite found out, they could just be banned. I'm confused at all signing. We don't know, chat. We don't know. They don't have a lot of options, though. That's what we're saying. So if you just got here, chat, the options are... So Pete and Acorn currently cannot earn with their new trios in FNCSs. They cannot earn. So their options are to either go back to the original trios so they can earn in the future FNCSs, the next two, and then go to LAN with that trio because they've already qualled, or they have to disband if they want to make money with their new trios the next 2 seasons. So there's only 2 options right now. Either they go back to the original trios and they can make money, or they sign the papers, give up their LAN spots, play the next 2 seasons with their new trios, and then that means Clix and Vidil have both qualled for LAN. Those are the 2 options right now. There's nothing else that can happen. But a lot of people are pointing out, you know, yeah, like, yeah, wow, dude, actual fucking cinema over on NA. Jeez. Did they have this in the rules or did they change it? For clarity. Did they give clarity or did they change it? They say for clarity, but I feel like we read these rules and this wasn't mentioned. They said qualification, but they didn't say prizing, I swear. Otherwise, we would have noticed this. You can't say for clarity when you mean you're changing it. You're not giving clarification, you're adjusting. They changed it, yeah. That's very sneaky to say for clarity and pretend like we just didn't read it properly. It's like, no. No. You're not clarifying, you're changing. That's a very different thing. It's a good change, though. It is a good change going forward. They obviously kind of never really thought this would happen, which I can't blame them for never thinking this would happen, but... It literally says rules update. No. But then don't say for clarity. Well, I guess they're updating the rules and now they're giving clarity on this, yeah. I guess that's what you're saying. I just don't like the way Fortnite, like, words things, man. Great for Clix, to be honest. Either quals for LAN or becomes one of the favorites the next 2 FNC. I mean, it's already one of the favorites, but yeah. It's whether you think the old trios are that much worse than the new trios. But yes, if they go back to their old trios, but we're still we're going to pretend like Pete, Cold, and Ritual didn't have a perfect season too. Like, just so we're aware as well, Pete's only doing as well now with his current trio as what he was with his old trio. Like, they won everything as well. It was in FNCS Grands where they didn't do as well as people wanted, but... You think we're going to see POI changes? Yes. Either way, there's going to be POI changes, yeah. If they sign the papers and go to their new trios, I wonder if Cooper then goes to Mars Meadows and takes it back. Is it crazy to say I think the old trios are better? Maybe. I think Acorn, Ages, and Poyo were a little bit better. But Pete Cold and Ritual did win everything as well. People say like people struggling to get play. Yeah, that's what I mean. People are acting kind of like this season's been going so much better for Pete, Cold, and Poyo. It's been the exact same as Pete, Cold, and Ritual. So I guess we'll see. I think that's the only way Acorn signs if Cooper says he won't go to Meadows. I mean, I just don't see where they don't both sign. I feel like they're going to have to sign, right? There's no way any professional player wants to give up the chance to make hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next 2 seasons. Both teams realistically can make 100 grand. You could feasibly look at this and be like, I'm going to make 100 grand in the next 2 seasons. That's a lot of money to turn down for whatever reason. Whether it's like, ego, like, Yeah, potentially, Monakev. Acorn's team did so well. I'm just theorizing here. Cooper might not even go mask. Cooper just did really well at a seaport, so Cooper might not switch shops. I'm just saying maybe. Like, we're talking about, like, possibilities here. This music does not fit the vibe right now, eh? Land spot worth more than 100k. Well, chat, there's no world where they don't requal land. There's no reality where Acorn and Pete's teams aren't top. How many more spots do we have on the land? 5? There's no way they're not a top 5 team or top 7 team, including Pete and Coopers. Clicks and Coopers. There's just no way. There's no chance Acorn and Pete don't make land. They both easily requal if they sign. Wait, it's 7 sounds wrong. 2 last season. Yeah, 2 last season. 3 this season. 2 next. It's 7. Yeah, 7. There's no way they're not a top 7 trio. 7 teams from NA go to land. There's just no way they're not one of them. 3 this one, 2 next one. Yeah, and then what about last one? Chat, it's 7 teams. Yeah. 7 teams get to go to land from NA. There's no way they're not one of them. Because spots roll down as well. Like, so this land, you got to imagine Clicks and Cooper will probably get top 3. So it'll roll down to top 5. Both those teams getting top 5. If they somehow don't get top 5, next season, there's 2 spots up for grabs, but 5 teams already qualified. So if all 5 of those make the top 7, then it goes down to 7th. There's just no way they don't get a top 5 or a top 7 in the next 2 seasons. Unless they get griefed. Who's griefing Pete? Pete without a land spot probably still gets as good of a drop spot as a team with a land spot. People are that scared of him. Well then. Bit of spice to kick the day off, huh? To be honest, Clicks will probably grief him if he sign. I think Clicks is just going to stay lone wolf and take his free money, bro. Like, what? Well then, interesting. Well, cash go.